Hey, fellow investors. So I sent out a deal on Thursday that's kind of me and Jess's bread and butter deal now. That is a single family home that we add a ADU to, potentially in the basement, and then also add a DADU to in the back. You condoize the whole thing so you can essentially sell or refinance both the front house and the back house separately. When it's done right, it takes about a year. In total, it generates between $250,000 and $500,000 worth of equity profit. And the ROI, depending on whether you use hard money, your own cash, tends to be between 100 and 200%. So really home run deal, quick way to double your money every year in real estate, and something that I do a lot of personally. That's one of the ways that we've been able to purchase so many houses, is that if this is done correctly, you essentially get 2 houses for completely free. After the refinance, you get all of your money back out. So your total investment is pretty darn close to zero. At least 9 of you almost immediately responded that you were really interested in this type of strategy. I don't post this as much because it's a little bit more advanced than the kind of typical short-term rental strategy, which we do a lot of as well, typical house hack strategy that we do a lot of as well. But since everyone seems to be interested in this type of strategy, I've got another deal for you. Here is a property that just listed in Admiral, West Seattle. You can see, I'll move myself off to the side here. You can see house is in passable shape. Kind of light paint and carpet remodel should be fine. But the important thing here is that we are on a large 5,700 square foot lot with the back alley. The house is placed towards the front of the lot with plenty of space back here for a DADU. And then, of course, we are in a, most important part, great location, right up on the hill in Admiral, right close to California, the main drag, with bars and restaurants and everything else all through here. So really good spot to be. Easy access now that the West Seattle Bridge is open. Whoop, down the bridge. So love this location. I own properties over here and over here. So I invest here as well. Let's look at the numbers first, and then I'll walk you through how we got there. ROI in year 1 is 214%. That is without calculating any hard money fees or carrying costs. So no financing costs included in that. The actual ROI will be closer to 150% to 100%, depending on what type of financing you use. Net equity created, $390,000 created in this deal. Net project costs after you refinance, you'll have to leave $22,000 of your own money in the deal to get that $390,000 payout. So definitely a good deal. Lots of equity created here, 30% in fact. Lots of wealth created, and of course 2 houses for, at the end of the day, $22,000 after you refinance. So let's talk through how we get there, right? First off, we've got Rentometer, kind of our handy source for rental rates, looking at this property, which is currently a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,600 square feet. There's no ADU play that I see here, which is a real bummer, and that's why the ROI is only 150%, not like 200%, and why the cash flow is a little bit lower. It's just a single family as far as I can see it. We are going to add a bedroom in the basement to make it a 3-bed, 2-bath if we're investing in this property. To clarify, this is a deal that I'm shooting out to y'all to see if you're interested. Not one that I'm buying personally, but this is just what I would do if I was in your shoes. So add a bedroom, gets us to 3 beds. Rent for a 3-bed here, $3,500. You can see on average. We're also going to build a 2-bed DADU. Rent for the DADU, $2,700 on average, but realistically, it's going to be brand new construction. So we're going to target the 75th percentile, which is essentially the top 25% of rentals, which is going to be $3,262 instead. So let's pop back over to our spreadsheet here. Here is the ROI. We can see over here, we've got the 3-bedroom house at $3,500, the 2-bedroom DADU at $3,200, got our purchase price at $600. We've got a $30,000 reno budget for the main house and a $325,000 DADU build. All our other expenses, property tax, capital expenditures, maintenance, repairs, vacancy, taxes, insurance are all in there. can see numbers are good. Gross rent multiplier 11, cap rate 6.7, cash on cash 5.7. Depends on how you acquire this property and how much money you put down, of course. So cash flow numbers look good. Let's jump over to the kind of BRRRR ROI tab here. And you can see why this deal really stands out. Oop, wrong tab. There it is. So this deal really stands out because we've got equity created on both the single family house remodel and on the DADU. You can see here, we've got this box first, which is going to be your single family home remodel. Purchase price $600, renovation $30,000. I think this home renovated is worth $750,000. I do think it's below market value. Truthfully, you jump over here real quick to even just the appraised value, which runs very, very low. In Seattle, appraised value is almost always below market value. Listed for $600, appraised value is $644. So we think that $600 list price is low. We jump over here to realist version of essentially the Redfin estimate or whatever, real AVM. $900,000 house is what realist thinks. Up to $978,000, maybe down to $840,000. So you can see I'm going $750 with this. I actually think that's pretty conservative, as do all the automated estimators. So $750 to be conservative there. You refinance, leave 30% equity in the deal. You could leave less in the deal if you want the cash, but truthfully, this is going to be an almost free deal anyway. So I wouldn't pull more cash out because our interest rate right now is nearly 7%. So if you pull too much cash out, it's just going to make it so it doesn't cash flow at all, or has significantly negative cash flow, even worse. So net cost to buy the single family home after the remodel is $114,000. Essentially, you put your money in, you are able to take out all of it except for $114,000. So you do create about $120,000 worth of equity net worth there, which is good. But the reason why we love these deals is that you are also able to build the DADU, and that's where really the equity creation, the wealth creation, and the cash flow comes in. So DADU build cost is going to be about $325,000. You can definitely spend closer to $400 if you're building a large model or a custom model. We tend to build them pretty close to the $300,000 mark. We have a couple of builders that we can recommend that try and hit that mark, since we build for rentals, not for flips or sales. We really want to hold these guys as rentals, so it doesn't have to be incredibly fancy. Condoization cost, essentially the cost to create that HOA and split it so you can sell each unit separately. It's about $12,000. Total cost there is $337,000. Conservative again, appraised value for that when complete is $625,000. You refinance and leave 30% in the deal. So your net cost to build the DADU is negative $92,000. Essentially, the bank will pay you $92,000 to build this at the end of the day, which seems crazy if you've never done it before, but it is 100% legitimate. It's just called a cash out refinance. You just need to hold the property for at least 6 months to do it. We do it frequently, which is how we have so many properties. We don't actually have billions of dollars to invest in real estate. We just keep using the same money that we have, the same couple $100,000 over and over and over again. So it's literally the same dollar that we're using in every single one of our deals for some of these BRRRRs, which is really powerful. So the DADU equity created is going to be $288,000. Let's jump over here to the combined picture. This is where this deal is interesting. So this deal actually is a strong rental, but not a home run rental. You can see the GRM at the purchase price is 12, which is strong, but not insanely strong. Average right now in the market is 13, so it's significantly above average, but not insanely so. That being said, if you refinance, you're creating so much equity that that larger loan after you refinance is going to impact the cash flow at 6.7 rates. It's going to be negative cash flow if you pull all of your equity back out. You can leave some money in the deal, right? You don't need to buy 2 houses for $22,000. You can do a smaller loan and make it cash flow. But if you take all of your money out and just create the $400,000 worth of equity and take that big loan, this property won't cash flow. So in some ways, could be a good opportunity to sell one of the 2 units. There's a lot more equity created than there is rental income here, but that's kind of up to you and your investing strategies. Equity created here combined is going to be $420,000 after we take into account the cost to refinance, probably closer to $390,000 net equity. ROI in year 1 is $215,000. That does not include carrying costs. So you can see over here, we do have an area for hard money fees, hard money carrying costs. If you're doing a conventional loan, you could put your conventional loan fees, conventional loan carrying costs there. We don't have interest essentially in this right now. So that 215 does not include your mortgage payments or your hard money loan payments. That number is going to come down. I don't like to fill that in because everyone's terms are different. I like to leave that for you guys to fill in based on how you're actually acquiring the deal. In all, this kind of deal can be done pretty much every year with the same capital because you are only in it for $22,000 at the end of the day, or less or more, depending on how you refinance. And the goal here is that you can either sell some of the units to make a big cash windfall, pay down those loans, or buy more properties, and rents will increase over time. So even if they're neutral or slightly negative cash flow, the fact that you can get 2 houses for free and then hold on to them while rents increase is super valuable as well. So again, this is a real life deal on the MLS today. We can go check it out tomorrow on Monday if anyone is interested. Just give me a holler, respond to this email if you'd like to take a look.